Hey guys, welcome back to another Daily Warlord episode. Today we are talking about top 10 Ninjago soundtracks. These are ones written by Jay Vincent and Michael Kramer. These are not fold songs. So yeah, these can be any soundtracks from seasons 1 to 9, including the pilots and Day of the Departed. So let's get started. So what we have here is the piece called Possession, which was played in episode 45, Winds of Change, when Lloyd battles Moro for the first time and is actually possessed by Moro. What I love about this piece is how creepy it is and how scary it really is. Just, the banging and the fast tempo, and also the little violin breaks, which are also very, very fun to listen to. At the end, we get a bit of Moro's theme in violin, played pretty slowly, and that just adds to the overall creepiness. And then, of course, at the end, where Moro claims that he's going to possess Lloyd, this piece really makes the scene definitely a lot more fun to watch. And this is a really, really beautiful piece called The Memory Switch, which was played in Zane's flashbacks. It is essentially Dr. Julian's theme, and I absolutely love it. What I love about the way this music is played is how it kind of starts cheerful and nostalgic at the same time, with as of course Zane experiences his memories with his father in the treehouse, and then towards the end, that's where the pianos start kicking in, which is the part that I just played, and that is where it starts to get really sad as Dr. Julian is dying here, and then he turns off Zane's memory switch. All this piece really makes the scene a lot more emotional. And then the end is kind of left open without a proper conclusion, kind of signifying that Zane doesn't really have anywhere to go, without his father. And all in all, this made for an amazing flashback scene. So this part comes from the piece What Powered Zane, which is essentially the music that plays during Zane's memorial and his resurrection. What I absolutely love is the part that I just played, which is a really dramatic rendition of Pixel's theme as she finds Zane. And I gotta say, this is so appropriate. Her theme is only played once in this, but it is played kind of slowly with a big break in the part where she is going down the conveyor belt. And it's just so magical, this piece. I really love the way they played it. As for the rest of the soundtrack, which is also stunning, it's extremely sad, as this is the part where Zane's memorial and all, and I just really love the touching, rendition of the Ninjago Overture that plays while the snow starts to come down from the sky. All in all, this music is both devastating and magical at the same time. While I may not like Day of the Departed, there's no denying that it has amazing soundtrack. And this is by far the best soundtrack that came from Day of the Departed, as well as one of my favorite soundtracks from this series, Maybe I'm Departed. This piece is truly magical. It is the part that plays when the ninja are, lighting their lanterns and such to honor their ancestors, and it's so appropriate. This really helped to convey the message of ancestry and memories and all that. And I just love the chorus singing in the background and the high-pitched, rendition of the theme. Overall, this piece is really magical, really emotional, really beautiful, all at the same time. This piece is called Garmadon's True Potential, and it plays when Lloyd is battling Garmadon in episode 83. And this is by far probably one of the best action soundtracks to come from Ninjago. It was one of Ninjago's longest soundtracks. I believe it goes over 5 minutes, and it consists of many different segments. This part that I played is the first, which is an action segment. The rest of the piece consists mainly of renditions of Garmadon's theme. Some are action-packed, some are more devastating, but overall, this is such an appropriate music for the fight. I really loved how they incorporated elements of Garmadon's theme and a normal action fight as well. A little fun fact, this was the only soundtrack that was produced from Skybound, but it is such a fitting theme for Nadakhan. I really love the Greek aspects to this such as the harps that play at the beginning of the piece, and then towards, there's a huge build-up in the middle of the piece, up to the part that I played here, which is, it's an amazing, I really love the deep notes. It just makes for a really amazing character theme, as well as an action sequence as well. The end part kind of descends downwards as Flintlock, which is the cue when Flintlock shoots Nadakhan, and then there's one last kind of emotional piece of Nadakhan's soundtrack, which is played with strings, I believe. But yeah, overall, this was definitely one of my favorite Ninjago villain themes, and as a whole, this soundtrack is amazing. The music that played during Garmadon vs. Klaus in episode 42, and has been used in several dramatic moments in Ninjago, such as the destruction of Ninjago, the ending of Season 7, and the latest in Dead Man's Squall. And this is such a dramatic piece. Yeah, it was kind of really dramatic, because this is the first time that we had seen the Cursed Realm opened, as well as the second time the Cursed Realm was mentioned in the show. Overall, this is such a dramatic piece, and I really love the way that it was made, especially that last part that I played. I just love the way how they made this fight this dramatic, with all the choir, the chorus and stuff. Overall, this is such a dramatic piece. What I love about X1 Joyride, or otherwise known as my intro music, is the futuristic style that the Ninjago theme was interpreted into. So X1 Joyride consists of several rendition themes, such as Pythor's theme, which was a genius rendition, a genius futuristic rendition of Pythor's theme. I really love the way that subtle, Easter egg there. And then there's also Nindroid theme is prominent throughout the piece, and even a little part of Pixel's theme. Now, of course, the best part is, for me at least, is the beginning and the end, which is the Ninjago theme, but futuristic and obviously much quicker. And I really love the way that they interpreted this, just for that whole futuristic approach. Also suited the scene very nicely, as, it was Kai in his car, and I love the kind of cockiness that this piece kind of has for Kai's character. Overall, I really love the futuristic tone of this piece. It's no secret that I love the final battle, and the soundtrack is no exception. The final battle soundtrack has amazing renditions of the Overlord and Lloyd's themes. And yeah, other than that, this theme is so heroic, especially the part that I just played here. That part was towards the end of the fight. I just really love the fast-paced aspect of this theme, and the heroics of this theme, just like, how heroic this theme is, how triumphant it is, and the struggle that it kind of pictures with, of course, the Overlord's theme being played multiple times in this piece. Now, although I really love this soundtrack, it is not my favorite. There is one soundtrack that I do like more. Built to Protect, otherwise known as Zane's death music, is my favorite Ninjago soundtrack, for many reasons. This is easily the most emotional Ninjago soundtrack we've ever seen, and we had seen up until that point. I just really love the way this is played, with, the notes being repeated at the beginning, and then, of course, this rendition of Dr. Julian's theme. This is a rendition of the Memory Switch, which I played earlier, just hitting you in the face. It is so emotional, and it didn't help with the flashbacks either. Now, this really helped to enhance Zane's death scene. Sorry, I can't speak. Without the soundtrack, I don't think Zane's death scene really would have been as good, But this soundtrack is so emotional, definitely very unique for a Ninjago. So that's going to wrap up this video. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, share it to everyone you know, and I will see you next time.